Welcome to Yellow Brick Road. I'm Jordan, this is James, and today we're going to be talking about Vincent James of the Red Elephants. He's going to give us our idea of E pluribus unum, if I said that right, using the context of the prageru video on the same thing. But first, please consider donating to Devon's Journey to Recovery. The link is in the description box. The website is at the very intro to our video. This intro right here.
Say you wanna get in.
That's right, that one. So go to that website, link in the description box, check it out, read it, donate some money to help one of our subscribers and his wife pay for their medical bills. Charity's important, people. You'll feel good and you'll help other people out. Once you're done doing that, make sure to stock up for the coming apocalypse. Just for 2 weeks. Only $75 for 2 weeks of food that'll keep you sustained from the zombies. Oh, that's Vince's advertisement right there.
I'm not, you're not on the page.
Hey, special offer of $147 for 4 weeks.
You can prepare with pancakes.
We know you have a lot of ammo. You might as well have some food with you.
For 2 weeks.
There's only so long you can eat bullets. You're going to have to eat some food at some point. So, this is Vincent James's response to PragerU and Dennis Prager.
Prepare with Vincent.
Where
jeez.
I believe Vince is upset that Dennis Prager may have updated the meaning of certain words, E pluribus unum, which I think is from many becomes one or something like that. Some silly tagline thing. Let's hear Vince's rebuttal to Prager.
Case.
I call this the American Trinity. I made up the name, but I didn't make up the values. They are on every American coin. The first, E pluribus unum, is Latin, meaning out of many, one. When first adopted as an American motto, shortly after the American founding in 1776, it referred to the 13 American colonies becoming one nation.
Yes, it did.
Over time, however, most Americans understood the motto to mean one people from many backgrounds. To quote the E pluribus unum project, funded by the National Endowment for the Humanities, over the years, E pluribus unum has also served as a reminder of America's bold attempt to make one unified nation of people from many different backgrounds and beliefs.
All right, so let's stop it right there.
Yeah, let's stop it right there. I don't hear anything wrong with that, do you?
Nope.
It's all be unified for this thing. Doesn't matter what you look like, where you come from, or what you believe in. As long as you believe in this one idea that I guess is supposed to be moral or something.
Yeah, slave owners wrote it. Which goes to show.
But
Words on paper.
let's hear Vince's problem with that.
Prager and a bunch of other people are trying to give you these new age, postmodern definitions and meanings of things that
Thank
aren't
you.
true. They're ahistorical. Mr.
Who cares? Why does that matter?
He likes to distort meanings of things, you know.
Yeah, if you can upgrade something, why wouldn't you do that? Unless you're saying it's a downgrade. I guess he's saying it's a downgrade. I wonder if he has a healthy explanation of why it's a downgrade. Probably not. It's probably biased and...
All men are created equal,
Silly.
right?
No, they're not.
Maybe they forgot to. Maybe they were actually really racist, and when they wrote down all men are created equal, and they put in parentheses, as black people too. Someone just scribbled it out.
In God they trust.
Like, who?
Prager, that is not true. No matter how many NGOs write a new definition of E pluribus unum, it's never going to mean that. If you were to ask the founding fathers today, if they were alive, they would say, yes, it still means out of 13 colonies, one nation. If you tried to give them this new age multicultural definition of this, they would laugh in your face and probably spit on your shoes, Mr. Prager. See,
They also had slaves.
What made these guys so great? What was it? What? What made them so great in a moral sense? They'd probably spit on your shoes like, well, they're probably dicks then. They're probably douchebags then.
Yeah. Do people just like to pretend that you know, slavery was not a thing?
Oh, this guy wants to believe that
They were heroes.
any past time period apparently was the greatest time ever for humanity.
No,
It's
it
like,
wasn't.
No. Why not go all the way back to just making it a British colony? Why not do that? Why not just make America Britain's colony? Since you want to go back in time and go with that shit. How about these guys that just got done fighting some crazy war? It's like, yeah, they're probably in the best state of mind to decide the rest how this country should go.
Sure.
They're the most healthy minded.
I'm sure everybody
He has
that
20 kills in his name.
I'm sure everybody fighting, you know, the guys that stood in line.
Yeah.
They all stood in line and just shot each other. I'm sure they were healthy beings.
Very smart people. We need to go back to that time period.
I'm sure all the people that were taking orders from some dude with a big throne, they're healthy too. They're healthy people.
Yeah. We should go back to that.
George, right? King George. I'm sure those guys are cool. I'm also sure that all the 13 colonies that didn't do anything immoral, you know. I'm sure they didn't have any slavery. I'm sure they didn't commit any murder or vice versa. Any other people that were there originally. I'm sure they. Oh wait, no, other people. Oh.
Yeah.
So nothing's changed. Okay. So it doesn't matter where you go.
See, it could be a benefit for Vince here. Maybe not for most people. For him, it might be a benefit, saying that he's in favor of Bolsonaro bringing the military in the schools to get rid of the Marxist, socialist, communist.
How that doesn't make what?
By force, man. You got to do it by force. Unless it's against him. If it's against him, then it's wrong. But if it's against someone that's not him, then it's okay.
No good can be done by force. By forcing it onto someone else. It's ridiculous.
Your moral scale is off, buddy. It's off.
How?
Because Vincent James said so.
Did he? No, you mean that's not glass shattering. That's like plastic cracking. Instead of the bam, bam, you hear the whistle and drums.
Yeah, this guy's.
Do you hear the music when this guy ends his video?
Yeah.
And that fucking the dude's the definition of what Colby Covington is pretending to be. That's the sad part. He probably watched this guy's videos. He's like, that's what I'll be, an annoying dick. Come on. Did you see him? At the fucking
yeah.
He had the fucking hat. Yeah, he had the hat, and he had the megaphone.
Yeah.
You probably saw him at the end of the videos where he's holding everybody back, going like this, and that fucking dumbass pose. He's like, that's what I'll do. Smart guy.
Let's continue.
People like Mr. Prager and others tried to give you new meanings of lots of different things. For instance, the Statue of Liberty. How many times have you heard your politicians or your media pundits quote the Statue of Liberty when trying to rebut Trump on immigration policies? The Statue of Liberty was given to us by France to celebrate 100 years of freedom. It has nothing to do with immigration.
I don't know that. I don't know that, and neither do you. And I don't really give a fuck. You know.
Who cares?
I don't care.
If someone says, "Hey, that's cool," it's like, traditionally that means we're talking about temperature here, not how likable someone is. It's like, what? You can change terms around. You can change meanings around. What the fuck? They're symbols. They're inanimate. It's the people who are living. It's the people who place meanings on things.
Remember the swastika?
They're not inherent to the fucking symbol itself.
A swastika wasn't always a swastika.
That's why this guy avoids us, man. Because we'll take him into deep waters, and
well, he avoided me on.
If you're a fighting fan, you know what that means. when you take someone in deep waters, you know what that means. They start getting sloppy and slow. And it's like, where'd you go, man? Are the lights on?
That's why he you could say he called us a troll. Called us trolls and
Yet continued to, all right, it's conspiracy theory, but I believe he continued to respond to us in a indirect way. Right? He made a video about Bolsonaro. All of a sudden, he starts putting shit out. From that video that we critiqued. He started posting things on his Instagram from that video that we critiqued.
Mm-hmm.
And we had responses for all of it. That when
I mean, I remember him saying if you ever wanted if anybody ever wanted to talk, they can, but I have yet to see.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're the only people that continuously critique him. But I could be wrong.
Definition did not change. The meaning of the Statue of Liberty did not change. The poem that's written on the Statue of Liberty, New Colossus, and I've talked about this before, was written by Emma Lazarus, and it was added 17 years after the statue was erected. Oh, and by the way, Mr. Prager, it was added around the same time the U.S. passed the Chinese Exclusion Act. So this just goes to show you how much the Statue of Liberty did not mean anything to do, and did not have anything to do with immigration. The poem itself...
So that's what I mean. Like, this dude's obviously immoral.
He's aiming for a team success somehow.
Well, he's aiming for, right? It's like, the Statue of Liberty, represents freedom, and we take in your poor or whatever. Not that, I know it doesn't say that there, you know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've heard, like, a lot of stories, and he'd probably call it propaganda of people coming here and going, oh, look, it's America. You see the Statue of Liberty? It's called the Statue of Liberty. Come on. Come on. What's liberty mean?
It's propaganda.
It means liberty for us and not you.
Leftist, Marxist rewriting of history.
He just mentioned the fucking, what is it, Chinese Exclusion Act?
Yeah.
That sounds like a whole lot of dumb shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, see?
Sounds like bad ideas we'd want to get rid of.
It sounds like something people don't want to remember. You know
like,
what I'm saying?
Dumb guys came up with this. They also came up with this meaning for
I'm not saying forget it.
What
I'm saying is, like, oh, the USA is amazing. Yeah, hey, remember the Chinese Exclusion Act? Remember the Japanese
internment camps?
Yeah, like remember segregation?
See, those are things I think he's like, yeah, those are good things. So we need to go back to that.
No, if he does believe that, he's a fool. I'm being really honest. Like, you're a fool if you really believe that.
Let's continue.
New Colossus, Give Me Your Tired, Your Poor, whatever, was written by Emma Lazarus because she was crying out about...
Yeah, whatever. Give us your... Yeah. Really quickly. I understand those are words, but I wonder if someone had some sort of moral obligation to... Oh, this could represent something. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore.
What?
The New Colossus?
Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore.
Oh, so that is written on there. Okay, my bad. Yep, see. Anyway, that sounds like even if it is, right? Someone's like lying as they wrote that shit. Oh, it's still, I can still see how this could be a good thing, straight up.
Yeah.
So he just, we'll just skip over that. Just words. Nah. This guy is irresponsible.
Let's continue.
Unreal.
About the pogroms that were happening against the Jews in Tsarist Russia at the time. See, there's this little thing throughout history, Mr. Prager, of Jews being kicked out 109 times from multiple different countries throughout history.
I wonder why Mr. James thinks that's the case. I'll call him Vincent. I wonder why I'll call him the elephant. I wonder why the elephant thinks that's the case. Why Jews are being kicked out of countries.
Yeah, I don't know.
I might have an idea.
Say it.
Say it. Yeah, I think the audience can figure that out.
This is what the poem was about. And it was actually an attempt to raise money for the pedestal on which the statue was going to be erected. See, they tried to change the meanings of everything nowadays.
Yeah, these inanimate objects are just oozing meaning from them. It's not people giving it meaning.
Sounds like it's up to the interpreter,
No, it's the object oozing out.
But at the end of the day, right? Oh yeah, funny. It's funny. I'm sure, the person with the best idea of what it really means will stand alone.
Maybe.
Give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Oh, free? Freedom? What does that mean? I don't think Vincent James understands what that means.
You're free to do as we tell you.
I have evidence
within
to
this
support
border.
this theory that he does
if you
not.
look like this.
That he does not understand.
Yeah, let's continue.
Well, maybe, I guess he forgets that fucking Italians and Irish were also persecuted when they came here. No mix allowed.
Even before that, indentured servitude during slavery times. Indentured servants from Europe and shit like that.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Let's just keep glossing over history so it can fit into your nice little picture.
Nation of immigrants, this popular mantra that is regurgitated and parroted by the left constantly. A nation of immigrants was popularized by John F. Kennedy because he wrote a book with the same name. The ADL, the Anti-Defamation League of B'nai B'rith, a Jewish group, asked him to write this book, A Nation of Immigrants, to popularize the meaning because they were getting ready to change our immigration system from the 1954 McCarran-Walter Act to the 1965 Hart-Celler Act because they called the McCarran-Walter Act racist. But we'll get into that. Let's continue.
In other words, America doesn't care about your national or ethnic origins. This explains why people who immigrate to America assimilate faster and more fully than immigrants to any other country. Most of those who have immigrated to Europe from, for example, Turkey, as millions have, are not considered fully German by fellow Germans or fully Swedish by fellow Swedes
because
or
they're
fully
not.
Spanish by fellow Spaniards.
Oh my God.
This is even true of the children and grandchildren of those immigrants.
Because they're not. What is this guy talking about? He knows exactly what he's doing, by the way. Like I said, he tries to sneak these things in with mainstream conservatism to try to keep tricking the boomers into believing that this multicultural utopia is going to come. This multicultural utopia, this lovely utopia is just...
If you remember the video we just did on Ilhan Omar and anti-Semitism, the self-fulfilling prophecy, it's never going to be this, great world where everyone gets along together. It's well, do you see you playing that role of not allowing that to happen? It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
If you want it done, if you want to see what would really happen, straight up, naturally, what would really happen, you base it on something other than, background and ethnicity and age and height or whatever. You base it on something that's a constant, like morality. You're a Christian guy. Why not rest on the constant foundation of objective morality? Whatever happens after that is just natural. If whites just start going together and then they're okay, all right, we want our own nation now, and blacks did the same and Latinos did the same, they're it's just a natural thing. It has nothing to do with any type of corruption. They just naturally want to hang out with each other. But no, we have this self-fulfilling prophecy shit to where it's we must have this. That's the only way things will work, rather than working on the moral grounds. If you get rid of corruption, then you can see, okay, how are people honestly expressing themselves rather than being brainwashed in one area or corrupted in another.
Well,
I think that's the scientific way to go about it. But,
understand.
Low IQ. Who knows?
Oh, don't fucking say that dumbass shit. That whoever says that shit is actually dumb.
Yeah, probably. They're logic and egotistically infatuated. They're in an ego zone. I can explain that. You just have to ask.
That doesn't mean
I've done it before.
Leaving a comment and then running away. So it's really annoying now.
All right, let's continue.
going to happen. Don't worry. We're working on it. Don't worry about all the different things that are happening in your neighborhoods. Your neighborhood's being taken over. Don't worry about pressing 3 or 4 for
Pause it.
English.
That sounds like a lot of fear and a lot of ignorance coming out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Taking over your neighborhood? What?
And the other one didn't even make sense. Press 3 or 4 for English. It's like, how do you know what they're saying in the first place? Wouldn't they have to be initially speaking English?
Yeah.
So I think that would be the default setting. But, hey, I'm nitpicking, but it's still a little bit of fear.
Well, this dude's a hypocrite. He
being-
just says, you see how they try to slip shit?
Yeah.
It's like you're doing the same shit.
Yeah.
Doing the same exact shit. Fear-mongering. They're going to take over the foreigners. You know how long that's been going on? That type of fear porn?
Look how scary this is. A mom with her child walking down the street. And look,
Fucking
someone drew on the wall.
immigrants that like came here and shit. They're like they're gonna take over our jobs and shit. They're gonna take our jobs and oh god, it's gonna be chaos. Like Germans or the Irish,
Yeah.
etc. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's go back in time, Vince. You know.
Literally put Japanese people.
Yeah.
Actually, there's probably more than Japanese.
Mhm.
Like, if you're Asian, straight up, they're like, internment camp for you during World War II.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, come on, man.
I'll wait for that. Personal examples.
They're using something that could be a legitimate gripe, or these or these mainstream corporate Democrats are screaming about blame white men for everything.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking a legitimate beef and you're turning it into something else, and you're trying to scare people into your ideology.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up. You're making things worse.
I don't think
You'd
second of
help
all,
by stopping and going and investigating existential ideas, philosophical ideas, and then coming back to us.
That's why I say you're immoral. And second of all, I don't think I'm no expert, but I honestly can guarantee you I could give you a better example of how that shit happens. As far as a nice neighborhood, eventually people move out, and it could be immigrants, whatever have you. A foreign group of people show up and they start living there, and then he's obviously showing a woman, a non-white woman and graffiti and shit.
Yeah.
How do you think that happens?
It could be.
Do you think it's by design?
It could honestly be another self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
As in, we're not going to allow you to assimilate.
Yeah.
We're gonna be worried of you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna teach people around me to be scared of these types of people.
And they move away.
And then then the other people that are pushed away start congregating together in their own neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Like, these guys don't like us. They're afraid of us. So we're going to do our own culture
I've heard
thing
stories.
in this area.
I've heard stories around here, where my friend used to live. It used to be a straight up Italian neighborhood, like all Italians, everywhere.
Yeah.
Near the bar. That way. Basically, and then over time, became predominantly Hispanic. Yeah, I think if we can understand how that shit happens, and I'm sure at the time when those kind of people, moved in of that ethnic background, I wonder who was thinking the same shit. Oh, they're moving in.
It's also economics. It's
Sure,
a bunch of things.
it's a bunch of fucking scenarios that this guy's trying to clip out to fit his scenario, so that way he can give it to you.
As much as this guy wants to claim the IQ thing for everything, IQ and race for everything, he has to admit that it's on average. So there's going to be geniuses in all of these gene pools. Stupid fucking shit that is.
Sure, yeah.
But there's going to be geniuses there. It's like, why don't they stay in their neighborhoods? Well, it doesn't economically make sense for them to stay there. There you go. So economics can play a role.
And also, if you don't
They're
understand,
not going back to their neighborhoods and fixing them up and shit.
if you don't understand the basics, that means you don't have to be an expert. And as far as economic warfare, where a group of businessmen decide to take advantage of a group of people, regardless of what their ethnic background is, to make a profit, and if you don't understand that, then, well, I guess you're not really qualified to talk about it,
Yeah, your opium crisis.
By basic, I mean a basic understanding of how that happens, to have the moral stance to back up your claim on these things, you know? Then it's like, just shut up. Just don't even.
And
This dude's constantly putting fear porn out there.
people forget before crack, there was just powdered cocaine.
Yeah.
And it's like, only seems that rich people can afford this shit. So what they did, they weren't like, we can't do this. They were like, oh, we'll sell it to them then. They're rich, they can afford it. We'll focus on them. I think something similar happens with the whole opium thing and the prescription pills and all this shit.
Yeah.
Like, these guys are more likely to have health care, thus we can write prescriptions for them and all this shit. And kids steal and start selling it to each other. And
So why
whoever it is, whoever will pay the amount of money for it.
this is why it's like this guy is. It really gets exposing when the individual dives into these things. As far as existentialism,
Yeah.
they understand what corruption is, ignorance, what it consists of. So when he fucking points out, see the crime rates. You see this? Hey, Big Pharma. What now? Talk about Big Pharma.
They don't count.
Oh, they don't count. Oh, because it's legal. Right?
The only white collar crime I think he'll ever talk about is Israel.
He might call them not. Some people consider them not white, so he might have a loophole for that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If this guy
That's what I'm saying.
if this guy defends the George H.W. and George W. Bush and his whole fucking cabinet, administration, etc., etc.
You know what he'll do?
Generals, what?
Do you know what he'll do? He'll
Clint-
say, they got us over here and they got our military in the Middle East fighting to protect Israel. It's like, what? I think both sides have something to gain from all this. But race. Let's continue.
Like, this isn't a cartoon.
Let's continue.
Come 20 years from now, don't worry about any of that. Trust me, it's going to all work out. The ones that come from Turkey or Liberia or wherever in Africa, going into Germany and Sweden and all the rest of the places that you mentioned, aren't those things because they aren't those things. If you were to perform a 23andMe ancestry test.
All right, what the fuck is this? We was Swedes and shit.
And he's trying to be insulting.
Yeah, he's trying to be a little provocative here. This is what happens. This is what you get. I'm not saying you can't make jokes, but this is when the guy does not have an argument. And by the way, if you don't think we do, then you can fucking call us. But that's not, you know what I'm saying? I'm being serious. Call in. But when some guys like this don't have an argument, they resort to this shit.
Yeah.
A prime example is the kangaroo. That's literally
He's
all.
the worst, man.
He's the worst. He's the worst. At least like Vincent attempts to present an argument, even though it's very bad. But
Yeah.
that guy literally, the kangaroo has no argument.
Yeah.
He'll start presenting an argument, then he'll fucking go off and start giving very shallow insults and shit, and show blonde women combing their hair.
Let's continue.
This should be like a red flag. Seeing this shit.
Well, I'd watch Vince debating a Black Lives Matter guy who wasn't a Black Lives Matter guy, but he put that there because I guess the guy was black, even though the guy who called in voted for Trump, but somehow he's Black Lives Matter. I don't get that.
I don't know the information around that.
Go watch that little debate about
It's exposing.
the CIA bringing drugs into America.
Yeah, he won't fucking talk about that. He won't talk about the CIA bringing drugs into America and targeting economically poor areas of fucking cities and shit. Inner cities, ghettos. It doesn't matter what ethnicity.
Like I said, with the powdered cocaine, it's like, who will buy it? Oh, they'll buy it? Okay, we're going there.
You could even fucking just saying. Here's another one. Arkansas.
Yeah,
When Clinton was in charge.
Mena, Arkansas.
Yeah, look into that shit. That shit was pretty nice. What happened there? A nice
Very
little story
sealed.
about two boys.
Yeah.
Have fun with that one.
I think he'd bring that up just to get Trump in office.
Oh please.
Let's continue.
and the people coming from Turkey or somewhere in the Middle East, it's not going to say Swedish. It's not going to say German. It's not going to say English, British. It's not going to say Irish. It's not going to say Italian. It's not going to say any of those things. And this is the trick. This is the trick that the wool that they're trying to pull over the eyes of every.
Another little, in my opinion, a brainwashing technique is when someone's claiming to have the information no one else has. I'm bringing you the shit that no one else has. You never heard it like this before. I got it. That type of shit. That's to sort of lure you in.
That's why I'm calling him a snake oil salesman. You're literally repackaging an old fucking tactic and idea that's been being used for years.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. I mean, pause it. Like, really? You know, I mean, I'll forgive you for your fucking dinky ass hat, but really? Come on, man. They're trying to take over. It's the what? That doesn't make sense. Why?
Yeah,
what?
really.
You know what makes more sense? Them targeting, as far as everything being profitable and taking advantage of people and promoting or elevating guys like you to spread disinformation so that way they can keep everybody under their thumb. That sounds like way more of a probability.
Don't look at the business suits.
Maybe it's my low IQ.
Don't look at the business suits.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We'll get people to focus on you instead.
I loved your picture with Roger Stone. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, the human Muppet.
Tool.
The human Sesame Street character.
That was wonderful. It's like, yeah, man, he cares about you. And your family. He cares.
Let's continue.
Not like he did anything that fucking hurt anybody, right?
Nixon administration. Let's continue.
Throughout the West, that your countries are for everyone, but the countries that they came from, those are just for them. If I were to move to Africa, I would not be considered African. No.
Who gives a shit?
I think they're called Africana.
I don't...
In reality, who cares?
Yeah.
Just nitpicking there. But it's...
Like, what? Hey, man. Like, my fucking granddad wasn't born here. You know what I mean? Who gives a shit?
If you sat this guy down and said, what is the best possible idea?
Yeah, I know.
What is the best possible idea you can come up with how a world would look? Like, if he said anything about separating the races and this be a white country and there's a black country and there's an Asian country, it's like, you're dumb as fuck, man. I'd have, like, skateboardia, and it's just skaters all over the place.
That's why I literally believe a guy like this compared to Crowder. That's why I call this guy like a little bit of both on the shallow surface, right? Just incredibly ignorant, but he's corrupt because that way he's going to present you his argument without ever really diving into everything else. As far as Crowder, I'm like, I just believe he's corrupt socially, on a social, shallow level.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're all babies at the end of the day. Like,
Let's continue. This guy will never fucking debate us.
I doubt it. Here's the shit. He'll talk to people, but it's never really anything as far as anybody of any sort of kind of
substance.
Well, a credible opposing somebody with credibility who can have a good opposing argument. I doubt it. I don't see it. I don't see it.
There's a difference between someone wanting to be right versus someone who doesn't want to be wrong.
Sure.
Right? They avoid anything that could make them look like they're wrong.
Yeah. Like, for example, right? I'd go, hey, man, all this shit he's saying, hey, let me see you talk with Dawson. With Ryan Dawson. I'd love to see that.
Depends which topic. They'll probably agree with each other on the whole Israel thing.
Oh, but Dawson's the dude that'll do his investigating and go, what are you saying about separating?
Yeah.
What's this about race? What? They'll fucking go into it.
Yeah.
Again, he has, war by deception. So it's not just one area, even though he'll focus on that.
Well, what Dawson will do is point out every single geopolitical problem and domestic problems that happen.
Well, he's gonna point out
and
it's not a fucking.
I wonder if these have any if these play some sort of
Yeah.
role in the world we see today.
Well, the point is that guy's gonna give you. They're gonna give you both an argument. One guy's gonna make it about they're attacking the white. It's about get whitey. And Dawson will be like, no, they don't care about you. Actually, they don't care.
Yeah.
The people, whatever color they may be, don't care. They do not care.
You're an instrument.
People in power.
Vince.
That's what I meant to say.
You're an instrument, Vince. And this is everything you say with all this shit is good news for them because now they have an enemy to point at.
Yeah. When I call this guy a tool, I mean he's a literal tool. He doesn't even know it.
Yeah.
Like you're a tool for them. You're a tool of disinformation. And when they shake your hand and you fucking grin, and it's cringy. When you take a picture with these guys, just know they don't care about you.
Let's continue.
No matter how much I assimilate into the African culture, if I were to move to Japan, I would not be considered Japanese. No matter how much I assimilate into Japanese culture.
Pause it. Imagine, hey, you're one of us. They all hug him and shit. Everyone's cool with him.
I can see that happening anywhere with healthy, peaceful people.
What then? What happens then? What happens when it's a healthy society
He's
of
white
people?
though, so. That,
Who gives a fuck? Who cares?
but he's white. No, who cares?
You don't care? Yeah.
His name's Vince, not White. Like-
It's unreal. It's unreal. I remember I had a friend who came from the DR. Well, I didn't know him, but I was like, oh, hey, what's up, man? They'll never accept me.
I believe I've seen videos of people doing their tribal shit and they're in like tribal outfits and they honor someone by welcoming them into their fucking thing. Like you're an honorary member of our tribe.
It's good. No matter where you go, it's going to take a group of obviously healthy people. I mean, healthy as far as
Or someone you earn trust with.
oh sure. Even if they understand like even if they understand like the baby levels of okay, that's good and that's bad, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure like they're not gonna have a problem. That's what I don't understand. It's like immediately like they're not gonna let me assimilate. Who gives a shit? It sounds like you don't want to do it anyway.
Yeah.
So this, like what you said, what was it? The self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
I could see him going to Japan, just start sneering at people and shit.
See,
Like, what the fuck you think you're gonna do? You know?
I know. Yeah.
They're gonna stare at me. Yeah, you look different. You know?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? I'm sure they're not. Fuck that guy. He's white. It's stupid, man.
I think it'd be more of a fuck that guy. I don't know who he is. I think it'd be more of that before he's
Well,
white.
those are the silly people.
When they see other Japanese people, it's like, oh, I can see him fitting into this giant crowd of Japanese people, right? If it's a Japanese American who's never been to Japan, he goes to Japan, he might not get sideways looks because it's like, oh, you look like you could be from here. I didn't know Kramer on that one.
What?
Sideways looks.
Uh,
No Kramer. I thought that's what you were looking at. But if you're like 7-foot black dude going to Japan, and you're like, okay, he's obviously not like, he may not be from here. Good chance he's not from here. So they'll probably look at him. Probably think he's an NBA player, to be honest. There'll be people surrounding him for autographs.
it's not gonna like.
I've heard those stories.
If I show up there, I look very different as far as facially. It wouldn't bother me.
Oh, there's a guy, I've seen him on YouTube documenting himself being in Japan. Like he moved there. It was like his place. Like, I love anime. I love all this shit. I want to live here. And he said at first, because they didn't know me, they'd look at me weird and they'd be like, they don't want anyone just causing trouble or whatever the fuck. But over time, he's like, oh, I'm just like a normal guy here. The only problem is I have to like try and learn languages and shit like that. He seemed to assimilate.
That even happens here, man.
Yeah.
You take a dude that never understood a certain type of language, even though everyone speaks fucking English. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's literally a cultural thing.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Let's continue.
And,
No matter what I do,
Leaving
I
out
will
so
not
much
be
shit.
considered Japanese. But the ones who come from Liberia and Kenya and the Middle East and Pakistan and Uzbekistan and all these different places, you can become Swedish, you can become German, you can become British, you can become whatever it
Yeah,
is.
keep going.
Because they're pieces of land with a name. I'm from here.
It's so silly.
My idea is...
I'm a nationalist. There's nothing wrong with being happy where you're from. You know what I mean?
Also, it's like, do we kick the founding fathers? Do we kick them out too?
Yeah. Like, dude, there's nothing wrong. Look, there's nothing wrong with being proud as far as, like, I love this place. It's awesome. I love it. Right? In a healthy society, right? Which is why that one dude, it's like, I'm going to Japan. I love everything about it. I go there. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Like that. He loves that place. Doesn't say you hate the U.S. No, I like it, but I love this place. That's everything I like.
Yeah.
I'm Japanese. No, you're not. There's some dude there, like a Japanese version of him. Like, no, you're not. You weren't born here.
Yeah, I know.
Like, fuck. Like,
You do a DNA test first, and
what's your IQ? You're gonna mess up our rates. It's like that's what, like, literally, that's what this guy sounds like.
he stands in the way.
Fuck, you stand in the way of, like, fucking people, a bunch of people being happy.
Yeah, he stands in the way. I was gonna say love. He's like standing in the way of it. Like,
There you
no,
go. That sounds better.
no love allowed here. Follow your genetics only. Fucking dumbass.
Well, it's you and a collective of people, but yeah,
Man,
you play your role, and you're playing it well.
let's continue.
In Europe, and this is the trick that they're trying to
trick.
play. So let's move
Fear.
on.
America who immigrates to the United States will be regarded as fully American as any other American, the moment he or she becomes a citizen. And they, and certainly their children, will feel fully American. Of course, America has not always
Pause it.
lived
Real
up
quick.
to this e pluribus unum.
All right, there's nothing wrong with that. I really don't like this guy, Prager.
Yeah.
I think he's a creep. He reminds me of, like, those lawyers with no souls on Angel.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with
It's
it.
unreal. It's literally like, you know what it's like? It's literally like with a place with an experience and in a healthy world where there's none of this shit happening, you know? None of this fucking crazy fear-mongering, fear porn shit, you know? And everyone understands there's difference between good and evil. None of that shit's happening. Oh, you're American now, and your kids are too. Cool. See? Come on. What's wrong with that? You know, it's like an experience. You're experiencing a place and shit, and now you're like, hey, look, you can be this. To me, it's literally like, hey, man, you ever been to a Red Sox game? Come on. The whole experience of it, and they give you a hat and shit. I really like this team. All right, you're a fan now. You're one of us. Yeah.
That's right. Fuck the Yankees.
Yeah.
Yes.
The point. Oh, those guys are. They seem very rambunctious, but the point is, it's like, I'm not calling the U.S. a team. What I'm saying is, it's an
They act like
experience. Well, those are the silly people. The point is, it's like, at the end of the day, it's really an experience. You know, this guy, it's like, right? My granddad moved here as a kid. His family did. Well, parts of them.
Yeah.
The ones that decide not to get arrested. But, so you're American now. See? I even have his fucking passports and shit. It's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. Who gives a fuck? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, even though it's silly and as far as shallow, it's like, you see how this is okay? This is okay. You're an American. Wow, cool. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a flying fuck? This is the guy that's gonna, like, and then, you know, he has kids. They're not Americans. How did you fucking come about? What's going on, you know?
Yeah.
It's fucking a piece of, it's a bunch of dirt and grass. And you can give that meaning.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man.
These things should all be ideologically based.
I don't mean to fucking, like, you know, go about in different places, but this is some of the shit's just ridiculous, because every little fucking thing he says, I can literally make a bunch of arguments against. It's literally like one sentence this guy makes, right?
Yeah.
It seems like I can make a fucking 45-minute video out of one sentence.
Yeah.
you guys are not. You guys are going off topic. It's like, am I? Am I really?
No.
You know, I stopped you at there because he's gonna fucking use that. Here, play it back. Play it back.
Where? The American thing?
Like 10 seconds. Yeah, right there.
Feel fully American.
Pause it.
Oh,
They feel American. Now, I'm not for collectivism, but it's as far as I would rather have it like, hey, you come here, you're gonna have the American experience, you know, all the things about our culture. That's what I would like to see, rather than you're gonna feel fully American. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. The big difference between that. And this guy's gonna fucking twist it and use it. See? They're not American. Like, fuck, man.
Let's continue.
You're gonna fucking get in the way of some kid being happy or something.
Yeah, no.
In a shitty world.
There's
Fuck.
enough shitty things happening. We have to add on to it. Let's continue.
of course, America has not always lived up to this e pluribus unum ideal, but the ideal was always there, and it was applied to virtually every immigrant to America.
Because the immigrants that we were taking in back in the late 1800s and the early 1900s were completely different from the immigrant that we're mostly taking in today.
Pause it.
And trust me,
How?
It's
How the
Mexican
fuck are they?
gangs. It's
Oh,
gangs.
yeah. I'm sure the fucking Germans and some Europeans, Italians, Irish people, yeah, they're different. It's not like they didn't put fucking no mix allowed on fucking places of employment and shit, right? Or no
Yeah.
guineas. I'm sure that didn't happen. I'm sure a group of immigrants didn't feel like they fucking so desperate to the point where they decided to form gangs. And you have fucking crime families. And then somebody decides to outlaw fucking alcohol, and then you see shit start fucking going wild. I'm sure none of that happened. And I'm sure the immigrants were immigrants just like a bunch of other people, right? Decided to, okay, we can be ignorant too.
Yeah.
And then everyone becomes ignorant, and then those immigrants fight amongst each other, and they fucking start. Where do you think racial slurs come from? I don't. Is this like, what are you, 8? I don't understand this shit.
Yeah.
This is unreal.
And I think Vince actually understands U.S. foreign policy having a large role into why there's people immigrating from their home countries. They weren't just like, let's just leave. That's probably a minority of people who were like, let's try America out.
The ones that could afford it.
Yeah, I think most were like, we just want our houses to live in,
Yeah.
raise our kids and stuff.
Yeah.
But our house is gone now.
Here's the shit, right? I wonder, right?
Don't Steven Crowder me.
No.
Or, yeah.
You ever hear that story about Jose Fernandez fucking getting on a boat, fucking getting shot at and shit?
No, I did not hear that.
No, fleeing Cuba?
No, I didn't know.
Get on a boat and come here?
Yeah.
See, in a healthy society, you could just leave whenever you want. It wouldn't cost a thing. So
Yeah.
those guys leaving in a boat, I'm sure they pretty sure they couldn't afford it. That's why they did it in the dark, you know, rather than someone in France going, honey, yes. Well, listen, it's kind of cold here. Let's go to California for about 2 months.
Yeah.
A vacation every 5. Haha. I'm saying a rich immigrant.
Yeah.
Point is, versus people who are most likely caught up in the geopolitical games of the United States as well as some other countries, and they just happen to be the victims of whatever.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, they have nowhere to go to. And they see the U.S., oh, we could go there. And then people like you fucking are here going, can't let them in. Build that wall.
Demonizing the actions of the many.
They're going to be bad.
Or demonizing the group as opposed to the actions of a minority of people.
Yeah. Like, what?
Yeah.
It's unreal.
If you want to go...
Hey, if we, I could fucking do that too. I could say, white people are evil too. See these people?
Yeah, every race could do it to every race.
Yeah, it's people, man. This is unreal.
That's pretty easy to do.
This is unreal. That's why I'm like, what are you, 8 years old? Like,
Yeah.
what? Name me one guy. Okay.
Yeah, this guy doesn't take, like, war crimes into effect when he does his
He
crime
doesn't.
statistics.
He does not take the individual.
Come on, guys. You should know that's so phony. It's like, if you're not looking at this and say, well, there's a whole bunch of different types of people that are capable of bad shit. If you're not saying that, it's like, come on, you're full of shit.
Yeah.
You're a phony.
Hence, Corbett's the...
Literally have to ignore shit.
What was it? The Crisis of Science? James Corbett?
Yeah, now they do statistics.
Stay away from that guy.
Yeah.
Go to him if you want all your subscribers to leave you. But at the end of the day, the individual has to be taken into account, which he looks like he can't do. He can't do it.
Largely.
He doesn't know what the individual consists of. A lot of people don't know. They don't know. They're not computers. Let's see. When I turn the lights off, I can't see this guy over here. It must mean he's different. More likely to steal shit. His morality's different. It's genetic coding. Extra heel bone. You see how stupid that sounds? See?
Yeah.
You're basically, whether you really agree with it or not, you're fucking going for the whole eugenics thing. And don't worry, they repackaged it. They put a new name on it. Don't worry. You're going for that.
Let's continue.
Me. My wife came 2 decades ago, but she's a completely different type of an immigrant than the immigration that we're taking in today. And when he talks about assimilation, let's just go on to assimilation for it.
I wonder why a bunch of immigrants around the early 1900s came here. And they were poor?
Well, he just said his wife came in. Different scenario.
Family.
Oh, he said his wife, right?
Go back. Let's hear it again.
His wife's family, or
Let's hear it.
I went back too far. Right.
But the ideal was always there, and it was applied to virtually every immigrant to America.
Because the immigrants that we were taking in back in the late 1800s and the early 1900s were completely different from the immigrant that we're mostly taking in today. And trust me, my wife came 2 decades ago, but she's a completely different type of an immigrant.
Oh, they're different, yeah. One was born over here, the other one was born in this time. That's the difference.
One probably came from...
They also had different clothes on. Remember that.
One probably came with, decent amount of money to her family's name, and her having a decent amount of money, her having a decent amount of education.
Oh, sure, yeah. That's resources.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that came here back then that were poor.
Yeah.
Like, poor.
Yeah.
Like, come on. You gotta be kidding me. How do you fucking think shit happens when you have a bunch of ignorant people, and then some sort of event happens, whether it be whether it be economic or some sort of crisis, and the ignorant people become desperate. Okay, that's not a racial thing, it's a people thing.
Yeah.
I would say being, if I'm just trying to be very specific here, a being. It's no different, it's fear.
Yeah.
Shit starts happening. Oh, fuck, oh no, we're gonna die, we have no food, no money. Let's form a gang, that'll help. Oh, we have food now, money. And then shit happens. And then people forget. It's just funny. I mean, hey, I'm not discriminating, The Irish mob, Italian mob. You could even say fucking black mob and shit. Frank Lucas, I could keep going with that too. It's endless. Oh, it's people. It's ignorant people. Oh, look at that. You can even consider fucking governments mafias if you really want to fucking go into it and shit. So, let's just, skip over that, Vince, But, your wife was different. She was different. Mm-hmm.
Was she Nigerian?
Those super intelligent Nigerian immigrants that were doctors.
It's like, oh, they had enough money to come over here. And they had access to higher education, and that's why they didn't come to America to join a street gang.
Oh, I got
They
you.
came here to be nurses and doctors,
Right.
and lawyers and shit.
Right.
That's what happened. All right. Let's continue.
Immigrant than the immigration that we're taking in today. And when he talks about assimilation, let's just go on to assimilation, for instance. Assimilation. most of the immigrants that are coming into America today are actually not assimilating. No matter how much Mr. Prager tells you that they
you
are,
helping?
they're not. Just
You
go
ain't
to
helping.
Irvine, California, for instance. Look at
Pause
the
All right. I'm not gonna try to like make fun of him the whole fucking thing. Can you imagine this? I can imagine this motherfucker hiding in the bush taking a fucking picture of these dudes, and the kid's like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?"
Yeah.
I'm-
Also, they
I'll-
look like tourists.
All jokes aside, hey man, you're not helping people like you. Yeah, you're not helping them feel welcome.
These specifically look like tourists. I'm not gonna lie. You see a shopping bag. I see a chick with a book bag on. I see a dude with a suitcase with the little thing for a roller. You see that?
Yeah,
Right in front of the dude in the green shirt.
yeah.
It's like, it could be tourists, but
Keep going.
who cares? To be
I
honest.
don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Plus, that is a part of America, isn't it? There's something like Chinatown, and, Little Italy. And I think things like that happen.
Fucking the Italian bakery.
I mean, we literally have
Come on.
like $1 billion corporation called like Taco Bell. Come on, man. Let's continue.
neighborhoods there. Do you think that you're going to find a fully assimilated type of an immigrant there, or the children of them? You're not. You're going to hear people mostly speaking Chinese.
That's because it's all about race. Or it's because, hey, we speak the same language. You can help me out here.
Sure.
That might make sense. I don't know. Just something practical.
This guy, here's the thing. He can bring all the statistics he wants in here, however credible or non-credible they may be. He's going to have to make a moral argument why whatever the fuck he's saying,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck he's doing or he's recommending is the right thing to do, which he can't, and he can't fucking hang. He can't do it. I'm telling you,
No, he can't.
I'm telling you he can't do it. That's something I know. Because if he did know, he wouldn't be saying this shit.
Let's continue.
The only thing I don't know, I'm not going to go there. It's too out there. No.
All right, let's continue.
And refusing to speak to you in English or try to speak English. Go to Santa
Pause
Ana,
it.
California.
All right, now you're fucking automatically assuming that's how they're going to fucking act. Fuck you. Keep going.
They're refusing to.
No, stop it. Look, it's unreal. Did you ever play sports and shit? Even if it's a fucking different language, literally, there's a different language.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh man, he just hit a bomb. I'm game playing. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that means.
Yeah. Seed. Laser.
What was it called?
Line drive.
Basketball? The rock?
Yeah.
Pass me the rock. Whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Languages and shit.
Yeah.
I have friends who fucking spoke a different language, man. Like literally a different fucking language than English and shit. They're nice. Completely nice. As far as I could tell, completely nice.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah, and he puts it in this
They refuse to
weird-
speak to you. Like what?
Yeah. He puts it in this weird, like they're almost being immoral.
Snotty, yeah.
Like, oh, they refuse to speak English.
They look at you and they'll fucking scowl.
Maybe they can't just take English speaking lessons whenever they feel like.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, we got here, now we have to work. We have to keep working until we hit that comfort zone. It's like, oh, okay. Have enough money in the bank. The kids are going off to college
Yeah.
or whatever.
Bring it
Now
back a
it's-
little bit so I can hear him. Oh, how long is this video so far?
58.
All right, yeah. See that? Look, I'm not rambling. It's just funny how 50 what?
58 minutes.
Okay, you got 8 minute. We're 8 minutes and 20. 8 minutes in basically.
Yeah.
And at 8 minutes, I can give you 50 minutes worth of shit. Okay, that's a problem. That's like you writing one sentence and a teacher is just fucking writing a whole like book on what you did wrong. That's bad,
Let's continue.
And they're
The
credible.
neighborhoods there. Do you think that you're going to find a fully assimilated type of an immigrant there, or the children of them? You're
Sure.
not. You're
I
going to hear
won't.
people mostly speaking Chinese and refusing to speak to you in English or try to speak English. Go to Santa Ana, California. Do you think that you're going to see assimilation there? You are not. You're going to see mostly supermarkets, mostly businesses, hiring only people that look like them, and refusing to speak English.
Pause
And
it.
actually,
You think if it's them people, and if they are doing that, they're ignorant. But you think it's because they're only hiring people that look like them, or is it because that dude's like Asian and he can fucking speak that language that everybody else here speaks?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Also,
Like what the fuck?
A Muslim Mexican or something? Is that a hijab? I don't know. Or are they all Arab?
This
They all are.
this dude is literally afraid.
Yeah.
Like you are afraid, man.
Oh, by the way, you could go up to those places and buy food.
Yeah, fucking go ahead.
I've
man.
done it before. Crowd of people, no one speaks English.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fucking hungry. I just walk up. They understand
Yeah.
like the food languages. No problem.
You know what I did? All right, I had to get a haircut. Right,
Yeah, I've done that too.
and I'm like, all right, fuck, I need one right now. Didn't need one, but I was like tired of this shit. Too hot. Went downtown. Some dude doesn't even really speak English that well. Said, hey, what's up? That's it.
Yeah.
I'm like, 4? Which one? 2, 3? I'm like, 2. Short. Edge up. Left.
Yeah.
Oh, you see that? And I didn't get any scowl. Like, come on, man. It's that simple.
Yeah, the best haircut I've ever had in my life was from a small Italian dude who just ran his own shop, who charged half the price at these black barbershops we're doing.
Oh, you mean like, I don't want to, I can say it. Fusion. You ever heard of that place? Fusions?
Yeah.
I think it's Fusion or Fusions. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Let's continue.
Just silly.
Expecting you to speak Spanish. Look at the Pew Research statistics recently released about English-speaking immigrants in this country.
Then he fucking slides in this shit.
I don't think they're expecting you to speak English or speak Spanish. I don't think they're saying he doesn't speak Spanish. Let's not talk to this guy. Unless they're up to something
Fucking
nefarious.
stupid.
Does it look like a lot of assimilation is happening there, Mr. Prager? No, it's not. No matter how much you tell the American people, for the most part, it's not happening. Not with their children and not with their grandchildren either. It's simply not happening. And when you say this country wasn't built on race and ethnicity and it was all about multicultural values, that's absolutely...
Pause it. All right, listen. Anything that coming from fucking Prager's mouth is something that should be, like, everyone should think, this guy's suspect. All right? I wouldn't trust him. I wouldn't fucking advocate anybody for trusting him. What I would advocate was, let's just hear him. So that way, if he says anything wrong, we can shit on him.
Also,
It's fucking, it's fucking...
also,
Go ahead.
I think I think Prager's trying to talk about an idea that's universal to everyone.
Sure.
Everyone wants freedom. They want the ability to choose, to believe what they want, as long as you don't hurt other people.
Sure. I mean everybody. If I get everybody,
So
if I get everybody in a childlike state, and I knock away all that silly fucking propaganda that you fucking been fucking eating and shit, all the fucking conditioning,
yeah,
all that silly shit. I'm like, okay, man, what's the best possible thing? Oh, everyone's happy. Simple as that.
yeah.
Oh, what's happiness? We go down to that. And no, Vince, that doesn't fucking mean that if a bunch of Asians show up here, they have to fucking start saying, "What's up, dude?" Totally radical. Let's go surf, ma. I'm not, look, you know what I mean?
Ocha, oh.
Right? It's fucking silly. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. This is ridiculous.
Absolutely ahistorical, and
Can you
you
imagine?
know it, and you're lying to your viewers. You're lying to your subscribers.
Ahistorical? Shut up, man. We're talking about meaning and
Ahistorical.
culture. Culture, which is something people create in the first place.
No.
So I don't know. What the fuck he's
Literally,
doing.
right?
Meaning's created as well.
Oakland Raiders,
Yeah.
those fans, that's a culture.
Yeah. Well, they're not in Oakland anymore, are they?
Should be.
Aren't they moving to Vegas or something?
I
I don't
hope.
know.
That's sad. But the point is, look, it is Yankee fans in Yankee Stadium, or at least what it was. But the point is, that's a culture.
Yeah.
Oh, the Yankees and Red Sox rivalry, that's a culture.
Yep.
Come on. Are you serious? Fucking boxing, that's a culture too. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You ever work in a restaurant? That's a culture too.
Hey, Vince, believe it or not, you're in a particular type of culture that not all white people subscribe to. So your culture's not the same as the white guy down the street. They're not the same culture.
No.
Just because you share skin color. Just being honest here.
You're being ahistorical, bruh.
Let's continue.
Fuck.
Because up until
Let's go
1965, we had the McCarran-Walter Act of 1954. That act stated that only 160,000 people can come here every single year. That's very different from the 2 million a year that we're accepting today. And 2/3 of that immigration had to be reserved for European countries because they wanted to only take in people from first world developed nations. It wasn't until...
That is stupid.
Yeah.
That's not an argument. I can make an argument for that. Why the fuck would they want that? Why do they care?
Logically, on its face, it's stupid.
Sure.
If you had some dude from Afghanistan who's poor, but, grew up, got some resources, and cured cancer, you'd be like, oh, come on over to America.
Sure.
Just so logically on its face, it's
right. Those
stupid.
cold business fuckers, right? Who don't really fucking want you to know, or at least maybe you'll have some sort of attachment towards this fucking weird and silly idea of what the 50s and 60s were like, I guess. What that guy won't tell you is probably the guys he's targeting. Like, see, these poor immigrants are showing up. It's like, but see, they're gonna want they're gonna want rich people to fucking come here. It's like you're gonna help me be successful. Come here.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they're not gonna give a fuck as long as they're successful. They have money.
Yeah. If the slave trade never happened
Mm-hmm.
and there was no blacks in America
Mm-hmm.
and Wilt Chamberlain was in Africa somewhere playing basketball
Mm-hmm.
and the U.S. had the NBA, they'd fucking get him over here.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
Sure.
They'd be like, oh, this guy's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Make a lot of money. He's entertaining.
Why do you think Yankees wanted Matsui? Let's see. Dude's hitting home runs. You call him fucking Godzilla.
Yeah, they had bidding wars.
Get your ass over here now.
There was bidding wars for someone's expertise.
Yeah.
Same thing happens with college kids.
It's unreal.
Same thing happens with academic people.
Yeah.
Like, oh, his scores are off the chart. And colleges start bidding to get this fucking person.
In a healthy society, it wouldn't matter, whether you have a lot of this or a lot of that. You just show up equally. Hey,
Yeah.
you want to come here? All right, come on. Let's go.
Yeah. Because
See, hold on.
it's like, it would be your token to get on the ride would be, oh, you're moral. Come on in. That's the only thing you need. That's your only ticket you need.
See, his argument only fucking works in a shitty world.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
bad. That's
Yeah.
very, that should be very telling, but no one ever wants to go, they want me to fucking dance,
Yeah.
He's dancing for you. Vince is a fucking performer. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do that.
Fans of Vince start asking him for solutions.
No, yeah, notice that when they say, "Hey, fans of Red Elephant or whatever the fuck," that should be an insult. He called you a fan, and you're fucking prescribing as a fan. You could be a fan of sports. You could be a fan of a fighter. You can't be a fan of ideology. You can't do it. It's ridiculous. It's irresponsible.
Also ask him for his solutions.
Oh yeah, ask him his solutions. I rarely ever fucking hear it.
Let's continue.
Maybe he's like Vertigo Politics, who very clearly has his idea of a utopia, but he'll never go in depth on it because he can't do it.
And if you ask about it, you get blocked.
Oh yeah.
Let's continue.
Very recently, actually, within our parents' lifetime, that they started accepting Chinese people into this country or Asian people into this country. 2/3 of the immigration was reserved for Europeans. And you can talk about all the other immigration acts, 1927, 1930s, leading up to that. It was
Because they were so smart back then. They were so morally superior than we are today. Fuck out of here. Probably the same, actually. Just different toys to play with.
Yeah, I was about to say, the difference is? Ooh.
Yeah.
Bright lights.
We have better distractions now.
Literally, right?
General Johnson.
Like Kanye.
Throw
All
them-
of the lights. Only difference.
Absolutely
That's it.
about race and ethnicity and the values, the American values. For instance, English common law, that wasn't built in Kenya. Okay, that wasn't created or invented in Kenya, Mr. Prager. English common law is used in pretty much every state except for Louisiana.
Oh my God.
That was not
Stop it
created
now.
or invented.
This fucker is saying good values. It was invented. You know what I'm saying? He's equating, right, English common law as far as a legal system based off of morals and shit.
Yeah.
No, right? Am I on the right track here?
I'm looking it up right now.
All right. I have a computer right here.
Oh, God. My phone's kind of slow. I bet it's something very simple, maybe even silly. Let's see. That's English law. Ah, was that? The common law.
According to Wikipedia, English law is the common law, if this is what he means, is the common law legal system of England and Wales, comprising mainly of criminal law and civil law, each branch having its own courts and procedures. So I'm going to fucking assume that he's talking about our legal system and or laws.
Yeah.
So, wow. You did something bad. Over there. Wow, they did it. Not like nobody in the history of time ever had a fucking concept of right and wrong. Yeah, ooh.
This guy.
Ooh.
This guy claims to be fucking religious, and he talks about a system of judging moral behavior. He says, we invented it.
No, you fucking didn't. This is
He claims to believe in a soul and God, yet God didn't create judgment. People did. People created it.
This is like the silly argument I hear when it's like the Europeans invented it. Europeans, what do you call it?
They created existential
They created
philosophy.
existential philosophy. Fucking bow down. It's like, what?
It's like, no, they described it.
They described it and they put a name on it, and now you know it as that.
Also, other people probably described it just
Yeah.
in their own language that you didn't care to. Why
No.
did you care to learn their language, huh?
What was it called? Japanese poetry? What's it called?
Haiku.
Like, yeah, look at that. You ever fucking read one that's years old? Hey, man, how old is Socrates?
Oh, fucking old as shit.
Okay.
Yin Yang, Confucius, Taoism.
Taoism.
It's pronounced Taoism.
I said Taoism.
It's pronounced Taoism.
Isn't there Taoism and Taoism?
They're the same thing.
Oh, they are.
I believe so.
Okay.
It's almost like General Chow chicken,
Okay, I got you.
but it sounds like you're saying chow rather than
Okay.
Tao.
Well, the point is.
Whatever. Or Tisu.
There was.
Tisu.
This is what I'm probably gonna get. This is what I'm gonna probably get for that. You low IQ stupid fuck. But, and then they're gonna say, actually, James, there was actually a European who snuck into those countries during those times and masqueraded as an Asian man, and they're the ones that created it.
Yeah, it's just like African history.
Who
Their oral stories where they had,
Mm-hmm.
similar gods like Zeus and Thor. Those are erased because they used it oral stories rather than writing it down. I don't know. That's why I always claim the IQ thing is so analytical. It's like,
I think it's irresponsible just to fucking, because now you're gonna say, see, because of the crime rates and their IQ on average, they're more likely to do this. It's like, you are incredibly irresponsible. You're not credible.
yeah. And there's too much wiggle room for someone with a critical mind. Just like, well,
Sure. And you're ready. And let me add on to that. And and with that, since there's too much wiggle room, I think it's intuitive that this guy understands that. Like, you're fucking saying some bullshit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's why I'm like, this dude's corrupt.
could be.
That's intuitive. I have
I think
evidence.
so.
I have evidence for you. Literally, just
I think he's corrupt in a sense of trying to get from one point to the next,
sure.
like a Ben Shapiro.
Yeah,
You just want, means to justify the ends.
I think
type of
he's
thing.
incredibly ignorant. But I also believe. If I fucking start talking about this shit, you're gonna try to find a way out.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, you can't hang.
Let's continue. I'm
by
smart.
Kenyans or Liberians or Mexicans. They called our immigration policy racist, and then they ushered in the 1965
What was that? Fredo?
Yeah.
I'm smart. I can do things. It's like, it's like the child coming out, you know?
Let's continue.
Hart-Celler Act, which changed the face of America forever. It was ushered in, and in fact, the faces of that bill were the Kennedys once again. The brothers of John F. Kennedy, who spoke in front of the ADL, to make the Nation of Immigrants mantra popular. Ted Kennedy, in particular, told the American people when passing this bill that it would not change the ethnic mix of this country. That was a lie. He also said that we would not accept 1 million immigrants annually from any one nation. That was also a lie. He said we would not accept people who would likely become a public charge. As a matter of fact, if you look at the statistics, that was an absolute lie. That was probably one of the biggest lies, Mr. Prager.
America gives people the liberty to end up wherever their abilities, work ethic, and luck take them.
Okay, so now he's spouting the mainstream conservative talking point: equality versus equality outcome, equity versus equality. Okay, we get that. I talk about that on occasion too, but he's trying to sneak in this mainstream conservatism with a bunch of lies about history. And this is the problem that we have. Let's go back to assimilation, for instance. The Census Bureau is predicting that white Americans are going to become the absolute minority. So what's going to happen when that happens? Is that bad? Well, the reason why I think that it's a negative is because if you look at the polling amongst Hispanics, it's overwhelmingly, over 70% say that it's more important to control gun ownership than to protect gun rights.
Look at that. No Irish need apply. Anonymous written about 1910. And it looks like a dude, you know. You know what I'm saying? Characterization of people and shit. Oh, look. Wow.
While he's looking stuff up.
Yeah, keep going, keep going.
In a healthy society, are you worried about, like your guns are going to be taken away? In a healthy society, is that a big deal? I don't know. Also, you have to understand the people you're talking about, right? If these are lower income people and they see a lot of gun violence, they're going to want gun restrictions. I mean, you can't talk to them and work something out there?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense to me.
You see the depictions here?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is literally this has been happening throughout time.
Yeah. And it might even revert back to that.
See?
If enough time passed, it might revert back to
it has.
If this guy got his way.
Like, hey man, there was a thing called no Irish need apply. Fucking look into that and tell me, you know, yeah.
Gangs in New York.
Look at this.
It's propaganda.
The ultimate encyclopathic horror that yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of fear porn going on back in the day. Yeah, I know. Let's continue.
This is a problem because our Second Amendment is going to be rendered null and void pretty much by a bunch of different amendments and a bunch of different laws and a bunch of different legislation when the government is completely taken over in regards to the Second Amendment. The first...
I'd ask him, like, why do you need your guns? I'm not saying there's no legitimate reason for that, but I want to ask him, like, why do you need your guns? Why?
And the only thing I would say, all right, keep the guns is... if soulless demons show up, I'm all for that then.
Like, hey man, how often are you robbed personally? You? Why do you need the gun? Do the robbers know you have a gun so they stay away from your house, or is it just it's not very likely?
Mm.
Is that the possible case for it?
Mm-hmm.
And then if it's not for fighting intruders, if it's meant to fight the government when they're too tyrannical. It's like, what are you going to do in modern times with your little, squirt pistols?
I know.
Against drones and tanks and super high caliber weaponry.
Oh, sure.
Automatic weapons. And
Automatic weapons and shit.
snipers that can hit you from hundreds of yards away.
More rounds than you got, you know.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Look what happened to, what's his name, David Koresh or something in the 90s. And he just drove a tank through the house.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we'll just drive a tank
That's
through
a fucking, like, hello, hey, man, they can take you out whenever they fucking want.
And that was one, like, police unit.
Yeah.
It's like this one tiny police
one unit.
The fuck are you going to do?
You ever see a SWAT? You ever see them do their shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck. Unless you're Jason Bourne, good fucking luck. You know
Clear.
what I mean?
Clear.
You better be Batman. And that dude's even... You better be Batman. That dude's even use guns.
Yeah. Well, the Batman we know doesn't use
That's
guns.
not Batman.
The Batfleck does.
Batfleck?
Right, that's his name? That's what they call him?
Stop it.
They call him Batflick. Let's continue.
Just call him Bat Murder Man.
He's Baphomet.
Bafflement.
As well, freedom of speech. Over 70% of Hispanics say
Pause
that
it.
hate speech is violent.
I have to say this. See, in Batman versus Superman, Batman really didn't like Superman because he was an immigrant. You're an alien. You're not one of us.
You see how he's narrowed down to, like, political talking points?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to take your guns. They're going to call everything hate speech.
That's what I mean. This dude...
And the SJWs are going to take over
Either
Marxism.
Either this dude is secretly a Republican who's presenting himself as some sort of new age, you know, like, guys, this is what's really happening. Like, either way, all right? Or he's actually been tricked himself. He's incredibly ignorant. Either way, he's ignorant. You know what I'm saying? He's been tricked like so many other people.
He's doing
to
the things
become
Trump
Republican.
can't do.
Yeah.
He's saying the things Trump wouldn't be able to say to get voters.
Yeah. That's the
I don't
thing.
think Trump would
I was
beat
saying,
it if he said
no,
anything like
I was saying this yesterday, man. It's like literally a bunch of people got tricked into becoming Republicans.
Yeah, with the whole SJW thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude.
Look at the arguments you guys fall back on. It's classic Republican talking points, and the shit that everyone else always assumed. Now you're gonna bring it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The racist Republican. Look, now you're giving those fuckers, whoever the fuck would try to argue for that, you're giving them a platform now by doing this shit.
Just look at a tiny white mouse.
Am I wrong? No?
Yeah. Just look at a tiny white mouse in a maze, and all I have to do is change one of the walls around, and then is it mouse? The mouses? The mice?
You making fun of me?
Now the mouse's behavior changes.
Mouse? Mice.
Whatever. Either way, you change the environment, you can change the behavior of a conditioned being, whether it's an animal or a person or whatever.
We're animals.
Just saying. Let's continue. All you do is change the environment, get people to react.
Well, that's if they're
You just report. You can report on the environment and lie.
That's if they're movable.
Yeah. Oh, I said condition.
Oh, my bad.
You can show it up on the nightly news every night. Like, more Mexicans are coming into the country and they're shooting up neighborhoods. They might be in your neighborhood. And they announce his neighborhood. Like, they didn't even have to change the environment.
Oh, he posted that shit. He posted some shit like where he lives or me, I don't know, and showed graffiti. And then he said something like what? He said,
Point is, all I have to do is shift your perception of the environment, and it could shift your behavior.
Oh, sure.
It's Pavlovian.
What did he say? Culture enrichment, that's in quotes, is moving slowly into my neighborhood. And he shows some sort of graffiti on somebody's, like on the sidewalk or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he shows gang members per 100,000 people by race in America.
In today's world.
Yeah.
You won't go back to like the 60s, 70s, 50s.
And he shows, right? He shows statistics of black gangs, Hispanic gangs, white gangs, and it's from the National Gang Center. It's like, hey, fucker, did you really look into that shit? Or you just, oh, it's there, post it.
Was there a time period where that wasn't the case? Did he look into that?
Guess not.
Let's continue.
Remember, he's advocating for killing people. Remember that. Also now, just he gets his guys, they kill the gangs.
Yeah. I wish we had him. I envy Brazil, was his words. I envy them that they have a leader that'll
Good
just
thing
do
we have a
that.
video, because that way if he ever fucking tries to hide the fact that he said it or deletes that video, we can fucking bring it back.
Yeah.
Let's run it back. Remember what you said over here?
Over 50% of them say that the government should start criminalizing hate speech. So there goes your First Amendment when they do take. I just did a video recently about all hate speech.
Oh, okay.
So there goes your First Amendment when they do take. I
dude,
just
this
did
guy's-
a video recently about Alma Anaya in Chicago. She came and she infiltrated the government in Chicago over there, commissioner, local government, and she just made Cook County delete and erase the gang
infiltrated.
database because she called it racist. She said that it overwhelmingly has a bunch of people of color, disregarding the fact that it's really not white people who are involved in gangs. Across the country.
Oh, there you go.
And so these are the things that are going to happen. We're going to slowly see our local governments change. We're going to slowly see more gun crackdowns, more First Amendment and
He's trying to scare you into joining his team, and it's working on, I think, college kids.
This is what I mean. This
When I
is
was- when I was
just
little-
listen. Hold on. By team, it's basically a cult, and it's not the fucking Vincent James Red Elephant cult. It's a cult of this whole fucking thing, whether it be Crowder, him, Molyneux, fucking what's her name, Laura Southern. I could keep going. There's a whole bunch of them. This fear fucking thing.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when they get up there with someone credible, man, it always fucking goes down. Always.
I don't see any French pastries in France. The world's changing, and it's not for the better. What was she looking for? Like hairstyles or something?
Yeah, you know.
It's like, those went out a while ago.
What?
Like, no one does that.
Like, hey,
shit.
man, you know, in high school, right? I mean, personally, I don't care anymore. But the point is, like, hey, man, I like that hairstyle. I got it. You know, fucking short hair. Get an edge up and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. That looks cool. I like that.
Yeah, people,
Oh, wow.
normal,
Wow.
normal people culturally assimilate all the fucking time. I think Jim Jones and like Lil Wayne, you know, rappers, they started wearing like skater shit. In fact, they were always kind of close, right? Skaters used to be like really baggy, like hip hop would be baggy clothes, and
I would
skaters
say-
would be super baggy clothes.
I would say it started to it, and like when I was in high school, I saw it really happen. Like really, you started seeing dudes Converse and shit.
Yeah.
And rappers are already skaters and shit. Point is,
And musically, punk and hip hop sort of came up together like this. If you know, there's documentaries on it.
yeah. So like, it's just silly. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, I bet you listen to Eminem. I'm gonna put money on that. That's just a guess.
He does or he used to.
I'm gonna guess he did, or has.
Let's continue.
That's just me being a little silly. But point is, it's like he's a definition of, oh, I moved here. I like this. I like this shit.
Yeah.
I never seen this before. There you go.
Yeah. Let's continue.
He's a self-hating white man. That's what he is. And then
the crackdowns come about. And then
our video gets taken down. Then it says something about Shady Records or whatever the fuck, Interscope, whatever the fuck it's called now.
Yeah.
What was it before?
Shady Records, right?
Right? Our shit got taken down.
No, I didn't.
No, he said something like I could have sworn, man, it said something like, oh, you guys fucking took it down, didn't you? When we fucking said he fucking lost in that beef with MGK. Said like Interscope.
Yeah. I forgot about that video.
It's like-
I had to delete it.
Like, fuck you. Just listen to your music. All right.
this is the problem that we have, Mr. Prager. Oh, and by the way, Mr. Prager, if you support conservative values, but you're completely disregarding and hiding from the American people, that in the top 5 counties in Texas that make up 36% of all Texans, 80% of Latino support went to Beto O'Rourke over there.
Pause it.
So what do you think's going to happen?
Now, I'm just gonna say this right
It's
now.
funny, isn't it?
Just wait. Now, this is gonna fucking make some people upset, or at least the 5 people that might listen to us, or whatever have you. But here's my point, and this is gonna be very crucial. Take away, hey Vincent, we're gonna have an argument, and you can't use any fucking statistics. You can't, and you can't use anybody else's quotes. Now, tell me what's wrong with the U.S. Tell me what's wrong in the world. Tell me. You can't.
What's funny is
You see how he falls back on this shit?
yeah. But what's funny in this little thing here is Latino supporting a guy named O'Rourke over a guy named Cruz because of what? Ideology.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's about the ideas rather than
Sure. Even though it's silly and shallow, right? It's like they see Cruz.
maybe not for Vince, but
They see Cruz, right, and they hear him talk and his ideas and shit, and they look at his back like, you ain't one of us, man.
yeah.
You ain't. He goes like, hello, like, I know about you. Same thing everywhere else, man. You know what I mean?
You don't culturally align with us, so we're not on your side.
No.
No matter what your ethnicity is.
Even if it was a moral stance against someone, right? Which is why if like George Bush is trying to kiss a baby, the baby's like, I know what the fuck you did, just slaps him and shit. Point is, it's like, see? Cruz. Compared to only 21%.
Yeah.
Harvard.
Let's continue.
When Texas eventually goes blue, do you think a Republican president's going to be able to win the general election ever again? Do you think a Republican...
If he has good ideas.
Oh my god.
Like, which guy do you think had great ideas to where he had the merits to win?
Presidents?
You could say that on either side.
Presidents.
Yeah, it's been dog shit versus dog shit.
We could run it back a little bit. All right, this one.
The one that just happened?
Yeah.
Trump versus Hillary? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Like, Trump won in the battle of ideas.
Oh no. No, here, that's what I mean though. You think they're gonna win? Like, oh, are they both pieces of shit? Okay. Oh, what about Obama and what was it, Mitt Romney?
The second time Mitt Romney. First time
I'm running
John
it back.
McCain. The first time John McCain,
Okay.
Obama had the perception. Mm-hmm. He won over the perception as this guy's going to be anti-war. He's going to be free healthcare. He's going to be our guy.
He's a piece of shit.
But
So what happened?
But the ideological perception won out, just like Trump.
Sure.
The ideological perception of, this guy's not going to, be swayed by these neocons and all this stuff. He's going to drain the swamp. He's going to try to eliminate corruption.
Yeah, we all know what happened. It's the same thing every time.
He won the perception war, though.
Yeah.
So that means ideology was always winning. It was always winning.
Sure.
Oh, I'm
I
saying
agree.
always.
No, look, it's...
I think Bush cheated, but George W. Bush. Sorry, at that time, ideology.
Oh, hey, listen.
They're both probably
Obama,
shitty.
listen. I don't care if you fucking won because, that many people said you did because you had the majority vote. Look, here's the shit. It's like, if you fucking lie, hey, Obama, do you mean everything you fucking said? Oh, no. Like, oh, so you're a piece of shit too, so you didn't win.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, I don't care, like, oh, well, I really lost, but I lied about everything I said I was going to do, but I also tampered with the votes, and I don't know if that's true or not. Let's just say it is. Obama, hey, I won because I said a bunch of shit I'm not going to do. Twice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So you're just a bunch of you're a piece of shit just like that guy over there. Hey, Clinton, what about you? Super Predators.
It always seems like the moral ideas keep winning, but the guys never do the moral thing. Like Nixon ran on getting us out of Vietnam.
And what did he do?
Kept us there. Kept us there as long as he
Gotta be
possibly could.
cold and calculated.
I could be wrong about that, but I'm very sure that's
All I know is he didn't stop it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Let's continue.
They threatened him. They said they take away his masculinity.
So he's just further proving it's about ideas.
Well, he's a proponent of them too.
The thing is, well, he can propagate bad
That's not
ideas
fair.
to scare people into voting for like a Ted Cruz.
Here's what probably happened. Somewhere along the line in his life, somebody or something or someone, decided to spew fear his way, or he had an experience where he experienced a serious amount of fear. Now he's like, oh God, now he has to fucking say all this shit.
Yeah.
That's all you know. That's all you know, fear. You ever seen Batman, dude? Come on. Don't be that guy. Don't be that fucking...
I don't think he's swam in the existential waters at all. Maybe dipped a toe in.
There's a thing about that movie where even the people that haven't done it, they're still bathing in it. Right? So.
Maybe. Let's continue.
They're there.
Republican senators are going to be able to win in Arizona,
Those dudes shooting
where
AKs.
the first Democrat won since 1976. You think that this is going to be a good thing for conservative values, Mr. President?
You could say the same thing about fucking Trump, man. Trump was winning states that were Democrat for years, and he won them for the first time in a long time. So it's like people thought his ideas were better than Clinton's,
Perception.
or they didn't vote at all. They're like, they're both dog shit. I'm not voting.
I'm not going to support a system that cheats people.
Yeah.
I also don't agree with it anyway. So.
Let's continue. I'll vote for me.
It literally,
I'll vote for myself.
It'd be immoral for me to participate in these things.
I'll vote for myself.
Prager, absolutely.
Was it?
It's not. Let's move on.
You know, it'd be funny. You should vote for the ideas.
Yeah. Almost do it
imagine?
like the talk shows on TV where they put the dates behind curtains. You have
Yeah.
to pick your date. All you can do is hear their voice and what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Why not do that?
The American Trinity is the reason America became the world's freest and most prosperous country.
Pause it.
Many Americans
That's some dumb, silly shit.
Yeah. That's the actual propaganda.
Yeah.
Not the shit Vince is talking about.
Yeah.
want to, in the words of former President Barack Obama,
Fuck him.
fundamentally transform it.
Which you're helping right now.
They wish
Was
to
it?
replace America.
Fundamentally transform it. I'm gonna bail you out, bankers.
Those are the words you would want to hear.
Sure.
But the context and the resolve of the idea is not there of what the majority of people want.
Instead, you get a bunch of shit that's not true, and then you get it all pasted on, right? See that
Yeah.
shit? American values. Stop it.
Yeah, it's
What?
like hope and change. Change was probably the main word
Yeah.
that people were like, yes. we're gonna
Also, for a
change
little
this
while, he
fucking shitty
started
thing
trying
around."
to talk like a preacher.
Yeah,
Oh, come on.
I think they thought more of the ideas. Because remember, what's his
Hey.
name? Mr. Opportunist ran too, speaking like that.
Oh,
Al Sharpton,
yeah.
he
Mr.
ran speaking like
Opportunist.
that. So,
He's a
it's
punk.
like, oh, you don't have the ideas.
He's a
though.
punk.
Obama had the perception of having the right ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Let's continue.
Values with European values. Equality of result and an ever-expanding state, which greatly reduce individual freedom.
There you go. There's the lie right there. He didn't say it. He didn't say it. I thought he was going to say it. Judeo-Christian values. America was founded on Judeo-Christian values. That's the trick, how they try to sneak in the whole Judeo.
Who gives a flying fuck?
Also, it's wrong, but Vince will argue the correct way of why it's wrong.
Here's the shit, right?
Because something precedes Judeo-Christian, right? Righteousness precedes these things before their invention.
Here's the shit. On the surface level, it's like,
Didn't
oh,
invent morality.
Judeo-Christian values. Oh, a value? That's a cultural thing that I was raised with? Okay. But it's not going to influence me in my, as far as my moral decision of having a choice. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Like, you kidding me? Really? Really? Hey, man, where did those fucking come from?
Yeah.
Where did that fucking shit come from, huh?
Newton did not create gravity. He didn't even discover gravity. He just described gravity.
Oh, I think he described an experience he had and tried to give a reason for it, like a logical reason. His own personal experience and try to have a logical reason for it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
He's describing it.
Yeah. So.
Same thing with Judeo or Jewish or Christian, whatever.
Yeah.
It's them trying to describe this phenomenon that they call God.
No, I'm only gonna fucking care if
Or
someone's
righteousness or
like,
whatever.
see, look at you, look how you turned out. It's because you're Judeo-Christian values. And that's I'm putting my foot down. That's a bunch of bullshit.
Me too.
But this guy, he ain't gonna do it for any sort of moral stance. No,
I think he's going to argue that it's just Christian.
Yeah.
Get the Judeo
Let's
out.
listen.
It's just Christian.
Oh, by the way, I guarantee those dudes were not white.
What?
The first Christians, if you want to call them that.
No.
See?
No.
Hey, dude, you know those Christians that you're talking about? Pretty sure they were Jewish, right?
Yeah.
Who gives,
The healthiest form of Christianity we have today existed way back then.
Mm-hmm.
Middle East and all that shit.
As far as I know, yeah.
And of course, they're knocked off as heretical, which is why Vince probably never heard of them. He'd be like, "Fuck, did Jesus really say this?" He might have to investigate. Did this guy really say this?
Maybe if he looked into what...
If he didn't say this, why do these sound better?
Maybe if he looked into what Harvard has to say. Huh? Would your perception change then?
Elaine Pagels.
Harvard, huh?
Elaine Pagels. I think she's Harvard. Harvard or Yale or Princeton or some shit like that. The point is, she studied this shit. Like, oh shit, one idea sounds like it's more detailed and sounds better than the other.
I'm gonna look into that later too. More in more depth.
Yeah, let's continue.
Thing. Go to the founding documents, go to the founding fathers, count how many Christians there were. Count how many Christians there were that signed the founding documents. You're not going to find many Jews there.
Who gives a fuck? And first of all, yeah, they were great Christians. They also murdered people and they had slaves.
Mm-hmm.
You have slaves, Vince? Does that make you a good Christian? Huh?
These,
see,
on its face, logically, people claiming to speak for God, that their way is right because God said so. And then they carry out these acts claiming that it's righteous because God's on their team.
What's that? Manifest Destiny?
Yeah.
Remember that shit? Remember learning about that?
It's like, come on, man.
As a kid, you're like, wow, that's fucking crazy.
Those are CEO type, businessmen type that will try to brainwash the populace into following, like, fuck, I can't get these people to shoot these guys for me.
Yeah.
I'll tell them God said to. That'll work. Let me
Ready?
do that.
Listen, is that communism? Shit. Let me scare these fuckers into believing it's such a horrible fucking thing.
Yeah.
I'll put some sort of religious ideology twist on it too. Listen, God wants freedom, and freedom is democracy. See, guys?
Prosperity.
Fuck
free
you.
market.
Fuck you, commie.
The free market and prosperity.
You read?
It's like, why is God bothering with economics? Are you fucking kidding me?
God wants us to invade Iraq.
Let's continue. These guys are just ignorant on its face.
So it was not founded on Judeo-Christian values. It was founded by Christians and really for Christians. They didn't say it, but it was really for Christians. So
you called it. There you go.
No.
It was by Christians. See?
It's by and for Christians. Why would
Not Kwanzaa, Christmas.
Why would you dive into the idea of what freedom is and claim it to any group? Say it's ours only.
Stupid.
The fuck are you talking? Is gravity theirs only? The freak.
So there's that little trick there. There's the other lie put in there very subliminally by Mr. Prager. And one last thing that I'll mention here. If the people knew what the 1965 Hart-Celler Act would have done, I'm sure overwhelmingly they would have spoke out against it. They didn't know what would happen. They were promised one thing, they were given something completely different. For instance, someone tweeted this out recently, Devon Stack of Blackpilled. He tweeted this picture of a 1965 classroom. Then he tweeted the picture of the same exact school, the same exact classroom.
You guys obsess over a time where it's fucking like literally like some sort of Disney shit.
Blackpilled and vertical politics are the worst at this.
Holy fuck. Hey guys, was bad shit still happening back then? I bet it was. You guys have some sort of weird fucking fetish with this fucking time period. I don't understand. You think this was fucking great? Did you watch too much like Dick Van Dyke Show, whatever the fuck it's called? Leave It to Beaver bullshit? You think that was real? That's fucking that's fantasy. That's literally a fantasy land.
You are free to do as we tell you.
You're telling me there's no drunks, no drug addicts. You're telling me that nope. Fuck out of here. What? This is just creepy.
And these are the same guys who complain about Hollywood, actors in their bubbles where they don't understand what's going on the ground. It's like, what do you think those guys?
This dude's out of touch, huh?
It's like, what do you think was happening to those guys back then? The dad who grills every Sunday or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Look, this is the guy.
Hey, Todd.
I'm pretty sure it was Blackpilled. He couldn't fucking understand something. I'm not gonna call it super simple, but it seems simple to me.
It's pretty simple.
No, the movie I'm talking about.
Yeah, Pleasantville.
Yeah, Pleasantville.
It's simple.
If you fucking think that's some sort of propaganda bullshit, you're an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, he took
Come on, man. There's like blatant symbolism there.
he
you
took
know?
real motifs in the movie and twisted them into whatever
Satanist is Satanist.
ideology or whatever agenda he has in mind.
This is what the liberals want.
It's like,
See?
fuck, stay away from movies, man. Leave those things alone, man.
Don't be like Stefan and fucking have an hour-long review on Frozen of all things.
The truth about Frozen.
Fuck. You ever
You
think
see, women can't be heroes because they don't have the aptitude.
Buffy can't be a hero? Faith can't be a hero.
It must have been a man that taught him. So yeah, they're gonna show some Arizona class in the '60s.
I know.
And compare it to the.
Room, and you can see an overwhelming difference. More teachers, more students, only one white student, and mostly out of shape students. If they
Wow, you are a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Like you fucking.
maybe that's why he won't debate. It's like fuck.
Maybe it's called. Maybe
Like
it's called.
exposed too
Maybe it's because I called him a piece of shit, or maybe it's because he claimed I was a fucking a troll.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a troll because you're constantly questioning the things that I post that have ideology behind it. You know what that's like, dude? This is how I know you're a fucking hypocrite. That's literally like, oh, you're anti-Semite. Cause you keep fucking if someone's if I keep commenting on Ben Shapiro's shit and he keeps posting shit about the fucking the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and I keep going like, hey man, like what the fuck? And I'm actually asking him legitimate questions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If he says all Palestinians do this, and I ask him, hey man, is there a soul? Tell me.
Yeah.
And he keeps going back and forth, and I give a counter argument, and he says I'm being a troll. Or no, that's what Vincent called me. If he calls me anti-Semite, that's basically the same shit.
Yeah.
That's a fucking I'm running away now. That's what you did.
That's
what this is. Too.
That's called I can't account for this.
No.
I haven't thought about this. I never expected anyone to ask about this.
No.
I have a good sense of what my audience cares about, and no one has asked me about this. So I better get the fuck out of here.
Unreal. Look, he's like, yeah, they're overweight. There's one white kid.
This guy said,
shallow.
well, what's your excuse here? You know, Jim Crow is way back in the days, whatever, 60 years ago, 50, 60 years ago. It's like, well, what happened in between then? The guy's like, well, the CIA was bringing drugs into the blah, 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 blah. And he's like, well, what about England? It's like, it's like, come on, man.
And the guy was shouting, I'm not talking about England. I'm talking about
Yeah.
the U.S.
He says, well, what about England? See, I just destroyed you. I'm like, what?
No, you didn't.
Fuck. That's crazy. That's crazy people shit. So, anyways, looks like, innocent kids taking a school picture. This is something we need to analyze.
Wow.
For some reason.
Ooh, some of them
Look at their
seem.
skin. Their skin's a little darker.
Look.
Huh?
See their bodies. They're not in shape.
Look at these sleeper cells.
Ooh.
See that Batman shirt?
Yeah, dude.
he's a sleeper
it's
cell.
the kid's fault that maybe the parents can't afford food, and the only food they could possibly afford is probably not healthy,
Yeah.
or they're just ignorant.
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations. Hey, did you look at like every other U.S. class? There's any fat white kids in there too? You're just gonna leave them out?
Yeah, how about you go back maybe a decade, maybe even a little longer, when there was, documentaries of, Fast Food Nation and Super Size Me and shit like that.
I remember that. Super Size Me.
Talking about America's obesity problem.
Yeah.
Was that their fault?
This guy's such a piece of shit, man. And the sad thing is, I can say that, and I can actually have an argument for it. This guy can't. You're a troll. How? Hey man, like it's unreal. It's like you constantly like you fucking comment on every fucking post. It's like, dude, see what he's doing?
Throws in a fucking.
If you fucking throw your ideology out there, and if you fucking scream something out the window, that means, hey, I have the right to fucking say something.
This guy throwing a fucking sneak diss at like 11-year-olds. Big man. He's a big guy. Man.
You're a punk, man.
He's a tough guy. And look at the weight. Look at the size.
You would never say it to their fucking face. Fucking coward.
Let's continue.
A punk.
knew what would happen, they would not have accepted it.
Here, rewind
Likely. Another thing.
Go
there's
back a little bit. I said rewind it.
There you go. Stuck in the 90s again. Huh? VCR.
Late 90s, early 2000s. Like, what I mean by early is like up to 2003.
Cassette, a VCR.
VCR.
Where's your Walkman, Johnny? Do you have one?
I think I had one once.
Let's continue.
It broke.
Devon Stack of Blackpilled. He tweeted this picture of a 1965 classroom. Then he tweeted the picture of the same exact school, the same exact classroom, and you can see an overwhelming difference. More teachers, more students, only one white student, and mostly out-of-shape students. If they knew what would happen, they would not have accepted it, likely. Another thing, there's a picture of...
Fucking Nazi motherfucker, man.
Yeah, I never say that, but that's what you fucking
make our race
sound
look
like.
bad. You need to lose that weight. You're making us look bad.
Yeah.
We need the perfect genetics here.
Dude, my fucking class had 2 teachers in it. What now? What? What? Fuck at it, like Christ, man. my class had fucking 30 kids.
Yeah.
And you know what the last thing I thought about?
Wow.
What fucking color they were.
Not this fucking guy.
Fuck, man. And when I look back on it, I never noticed it really, but it's like, oh, I'm like the one white guy in a group, and I never gave a shit. Who gives a fuck? Someone pointed out to me, I'm like, oh, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's only because I only use that example now because it's literally like, see, look at you, all by yourself. Your own kind is separated. Like, see how I'm not saying he said that, obviously, but the point is, like, do you see the fucking shit this is the shit he's gonna fucking look at when he sees a picture of kids.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one white kid. Fuck you, man. You're a fucking tyrant to your own kids, probably. Yeah, I said it. Fuck you. That's why you'll never debate us.
Westlake Theater. You can see this here in the 1950s and 60s from this picture. And then you can see Westlake Theater today.
God,
An
you are such...
overwhelming
Pause this shit.
different.
Fucking coward.
Yeah.
It's their fault, man. It's their fault. They did it. They hatched a plan. They hatched a plan to fucking make some sort of theater go down the drain. It wasn't like it was some sort of fucking, who knows, whatever fucking skin color they might be, some sort of business opportunist that had some sort of a rise to power in government or some sort of system that has any sort of jurisdiction as far as the way these fucking people live. And you're gonna fucking tell me it was some old dude staying on the side of the street or some kid on a fucking skateboard who was the color brown? Go fuck yourself. It's unreal you fucking go after low-hanging fruit when you yourself are the fucking one. You goddamn dingleberry. Fuck.
Yeah, you ever consider, I don't know, big businesses clearing out lots where there's small businesses everywhere, and they just knock it all down to build one giant Walmart? No.
What now? Yeah, what is Walmart? It's a family. Huh? Fuck. For sure a family did that.
Yeah.
Hey, people used to argue about that too. Small-time business owners, huh? Oh, good luck. Walmart sells everything.
By the way, there's no one doing anything crazy. It's just people just sipping a drink while riding a skateboard.
Yeah.
It's like, what's so crazy going on here?
Go back, let me hear that shit again. Fuck, man. I can't wait till we get our live stream back.
Have accepted it, likely. Another thing, there's a picture of Westlake Theater.
Pause
you
it
can
real
see
quick.
this here in the...
This is the kind of fucker that doesn't like his kids fucking bringing over kids who fucking are a different color, probably. Are you gonna try to assimilate into our culture?
Yeah.
Fuck.
If he doesn't have one on the surface, he has
Creepy
definitely has
fucker.
some psychological tick that goes off.
Yeah, here. Yeah, alright, play it.
Or his senses heighten.
Yeah.
He's in a fight or flight scenario. Oh no, what if they're dating? I don't know. Whoa.
1950s and 60s from this picture. And then you can see Westlake Theater today. An overwhelming difference. If the people knew this would happen, they likely wouldn't have accepted it. If the people knew that they were going to eventually have to press 4 or 5 for English, or even 9, who knows, they likely wouldn't have accepted this. And this is the problem. And Dennis Prager is lying to you. Many people are lying to you.
So
and this
are you.
is the truth that I want you to know.
Say the truth. Wait, listen. Play that fucking music. Oh, pause it.
Yeah.
You know what that face is? That's the face he looks at whenever, like... I heard he took his kids out of public school. One black kid, 2... I don't know. They're kind of fat. Look, I'm not. Look, this is why people are going to call you a racist, man. This is why they're going to call you a racist.
Yeah.
$10 patrons. Donations. Major White Boy. Nations for Liberty. Come on, dude. Like, you ever fucking take a step back and look who the fuck is, like, you're attracting? The crowd you're attracting?
That's his team. Right? The Swedish black guy thing.
Objective realist, common sense patriot.
I've seen shit like that in his comments.
They can get bad, you know.
Also, I listen in on his what's that program? Discord.
Hold on, I don't mean to make any some sort of like jumping like, you know, leaps in logic, but all I'm saying is I've read this dude's comments whenever he fucking posts videos like this, and there's a reason why people don't fucking put their name, their info, who they are, and how they're saying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a reason they're being more blatant than he is.
Yeah, I spoke to some of his Discord members.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm chilling, trying to get on the broadcast to say something.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really talking at first, and you can just listen to him. It's like, wow.
Telling, isn't it?
Yeah. I can't remember exact things, but it's like Mexican this, and, slurs here and there.
Yeah.
I jump in, you know, wreck them, then go about my business. But I was trying to get on the show. That's the important point. All right, that's it from us. Please subscribe if you like. Comment if you feel like. We like debates. Agree, disagree. Let it be known.
Hold on.
We will let you call in.
Open invitation to the Red Elephant.
That's always there.
Well, I'm making it clear. Hey, man, you said you would talk to anybody, so
Here's your chance.
now what?
Take a leap. Maybe I'll sit on the sidelines.
Hey,
and
at
watch.
least Owen Schroyer had fucking Adam Green on, man.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I can give him a little fucking like, okay. At least you had him on twice, you know?
I'll even sit on the sidelines because obviously I have a bias. I'm trying to protect my race.
That's stupid. Don't
It's
do
natural. It's genetic.
that. No.
I need to protect my race. Just kidding. Please consider donating to Devon's Journey to Recovery. The link is in the description box. The website is in the intro to our videos, this one and past videos. And just click on the link, check it out, see what's up. Look at the amount of money they have and where they're trying to get to pay for medical bills. And any amount will help. You don't have to go crazy. You don't have to drop $2,000. You should, but you don't have to. You can leave $1 here or there. You let us know, we'll shout you out. Maybe we'll have you on. We'd have you on regardless, but, you know, we'd have you on for a special video. Not that that matters. Yeah, people aren't even watching this right now. No one even watched at this point. They tapped out a while ago.
Not a live stream.
So yeah, please consider donating. Devon's Journey to Recovery. Link in the description box. And with that said, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in.